No, I'm good, thank you.
Why are you out here?
I'm filming.
Why?
Because I'm filming.
You need to move along.
What's that?
You need to move along.
I need to move along?
Yes.
No, I don't.
You're gonna get hit.
Hey, I'm not blocking the driveway at all.
Before this even escalates, let's break down what you're about to witness. A man standing on a public sidewalk, camera in hand, doing what countless courts across the country have already affirmed is protected under the First Amendment, recording from a public space. But within seconds, this routine encounter spirals into something much bigger: questions about authority, accountability, and whether officers truly understand the rights they swore to uphold. Watch closely. This isn't just about filming, it's about power dynamics. It's about how quickly a simple interaction can turn confrontational when someone knows their rights and refuses to back down. And most importantly, it's about whether policy and law are actually guiding this encounter, or ego. Stay with us, because the tone shifts fast, and what happens next reveals more than the officers may have intended.
You can't give me unlawful orders and directives. Can I get your name and badge number?
Yeah, what do I need?
I need your name and badge number first.
Alright.
You have to suspect I'm committed a crime in order to ask for my ID, but what's your...
Right here is the first critical moment. Notice how the language shifts from casual questioning to directive authority. Move along. That phrase matters. On a public sidewalk, absent obstruction or criminal conduct, that order carries serious constitutional implications. The cameraman immediately pushes back, not emotionally at first, but legally. He's identifying the difference between a request and a command. And that distinction is everything. When an officer issues an order, it must be grounded in law, not preference. The Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable seizures, and ordering someone to leave a lawful public space can cross into that territory. The tension you're seeing isn't random, it's the collision between asserted authority and constitutional limits.
Your badge number?
You can't be filming over here.
I can. I'm on public property, filming public property.
You can't be filming over here.
You're gonna have to get your supervisor. I'm on a public sidewalk filming. I'm absolutely allowed and protected on my First Amendment.
You can't be filming our gate and stuff like that.
That is incorrect. I've gone viral on YouTube over these videos when people try to stomp on the rights. We are allowed to be here. It is protected under the First Amendment, and you have to identify yourself with your name and badge number when you're asked.
I'm Sergeant Marshall, ID 707.
Okay. I need you to call a supervisor if that's the order you're trying to give me.
All right, here's my captain.
Okay.
How are you?
How you doing?
Good. What can I help you with today?
I'm just filming. I'm a citizen journalist. I'm doing...
Now this is a strategic pivot. Requesting a supervisor is often the moment these encounters either de-escalate or intensify. Why? Because supervision brings accountability. It introduces oversight into a situation that may already be veering off course. Notice how the filmer remains firm but consistent: public sidewalk, First Amendment protection, request for identification from public officials. These are established principles. Courts have repeatedly affirmed the right to record government officials in public spaces, including police officers performing their duties. So when he calmly requests a supervisor, it signals confidence, not aggression. It's essentially saying, let's make sure policy and law are guiding this interaction. And that changes the dynamic entirely.
A story on the police department.
What's a citizen's journalist? Can you just explain that to me, please?
Freedom of press. It's under the First Amendment. We are all allowed to become citizen journalists.
Okay. Okay, is there anything that you need in particular?
Absolutely not. I wasn't even engaging you guys at all.
Okay.
What's your name and badge number again?
Laura McLean, 5119.
Okay. I wasn't engaging you guys at all.
Okay.
Okay.
No, and that's fine, but we get curious when we have people that are filming.
You are...
Hold on, can I finish?
Yes.
I let you finish. We just get curious people out here filming us, wanting to know what's going on, so that's why we're contacting you to find out if you need anything or if anything's going on.
I do not need anything.
You don't need anything?
Absolutely not.
How long do you plan on being out here?
Here's where things get nuanced. The captain approaches with a more measured tone, asking what's needed and attempting to frame the contact as curiosity rather than enforcement. This is a common law enforcement tactic, reframing the encounter as community engagement instead of investigatory detention. But listen carefully. The cameraman clarifies he wasn't initiating contact. That's significant. Under constitutional standards, mere filming from a public place does not create reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. So the question becomes, was this truly voluntary engagement, or was it moving toward an implied detention? The body language, interruptions, and escalation in tone will tell us more than the words themselves.
I have no idea yet. I honestly was almost done with leaving before she started being a psycho and giving me orders.
She's not. She's
Okay, but you can't get out and give unlawful orders and demand ID if you don't have any articulable suspicion of me committing a crime.
Okay, sir, we can ask you for ID, but there comes a point where you either want to show it to us or you don't.
And I declined, and then she told me to move along.
Let me finish, okay? I didn't interrupt you. I'd appreciate it if you don't interrupt me, okay? Is that fair?
I will agree to that for now.
Okay. So, yes, we can ask people for ID, and it just depends on the situation if they want to give it to us or not, or if they're lawfully have to give it to us or not. But we can ask anybody.
Absolutely.
Hey, what's your name?
But she can't spout unlawful orders of a citizen.
Well,
absolutely not. And there's no way you're going to convince me otherwise.
Did I say anything about any lawful?
Okay, but you haven't one time said...
I'm sorry. What's your name?
This is an important legal clarification moment. Yes, officers can ask for ID. But asking and compelling are not the same thing. In many jurisdictions, unless there is reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime, a person is not required to provide identification. The captain is technically correct that officers may ask. However, the earlier directive to move along complicates things. If the interaction is perceived as a detention, the legal threshold changes. The cameraman understands this distinction and keeps returning to one core argument: there has been no crime, no obstruction, no threat. The friction here isn't about identification alone, it's about whether authority is being applied within constitutional boundaries.
Mike, we'll go with that one.
Okay, you keep interrupting me, so apparently you're not going to let me finish my sentences.
But you didn't interrupt her when she's giving me unlawful directives.
Okay, because I was on the radio putting out our location here.
Okay.
So I wasn't listening to what she was exactly saying.
Okay, she told me I had no right to stand here.
I'm talking.
It doesn't matter. I'm allowed to talk over you if I want.
Okay, you just want to be rude then.
It's not about that. You guys are trying to bully me and give me unlawful directives. She told me I can't be on a public sidewalk, which is false.
Say that.
You said I need to move along and I cannot film here. That is
We don't
complete.
want you filming here, yeah.
You cannot want, but I can. This is my right. I am exercising my right. I am allowed to exercise my right. There is no directives that will be lawful that you can give me.
Now emotions start rising on both sides. The cameraman asserts that no lawful directive can be issued to remove him from a public sidewalk under these circumstances. The officer counters by reframing it as a safety concern involving vehicle movement. This is often where legal gray areas appear, safety justifications. But for a directive to hold, it must be objectively reasonable. Was he actually obstructing traffic? The video context matters. Courts typically examine whether a person's presence genuinely interfered with operations or created a hazard. And from his argument, he believes he was well clear. The conversation is
To tell me to move on. That just can't happen. It will not happen.
Well, I was saying you needed to scoot back because the car was going to hit
I
you.
absolutely don't. They had plenty of room to get in. Nobody was in threat of being hurt or run over. I'm this, look how far I am away from these vehicles and yourself.
Okay.
I'm not a danger to anybody, but you guys are treating me like I'm a danger
Mike,
to you.
Hold on 1 second. Let me finish, okay? Another car was trying to come in.
And I was not in the way.
Let me finish.
Hey, you're not talking to me like you're my mom.
Well, you're acting like a child, so yes.
Okay, go away. You're dismissed.
Okay.
You're dismissed. This fool thinks that she could direct everybody to not be on public property. That's fucking great.